Dom, let's see, okay, he's 2, a little over 2 now, and starting to talk and become a little person. Did you see a Bruin? Did you see a bear? Where's the bear?
The bear.
Where?
Bear.
The big bear.
And he's just the best thing ever. I just kiss him all the time and just love him. You know, when you go up to race and you see all these other girls who are, you know, oh, they broke this record or whatever, you don't think about that. You just think about, oh, you know, I'm a mom, I have a son, and I want to beat you.
She swam extremely fast this year. Almost won Pac-12s. Scored in NCAAs. Broke the school record a couple times.
You know, there was a record on the board here, and I wanted that record. So we were at USC. I was racing Andrea Kropp, and she's an awesome breaststroker, and it was just a fight. And then I ended up, we both touched the wall and went our best times, and I broke a minute, and it was almost surreal. Just like, I don't think that's right, even though it totally was. After you have a child, your life completely changes. This is just swimming, you know, this is just a sport. It's not that big of a deal in my life. Nothing hurts as much as labor, so 100 breaststroke was nothing compared to that.
So Allison was a national junior team athlete, so she was an elite swimmer coming out of high school. And I knew I wanted to have her on my team because she had a great work ethic, really passionate about swimming fast. And she came to UCLA and she was awesome. She did great, she worked hard, she went to NCAAs as a freshman.
My freshman season, the record I believe was a 1:00:44, something like that. And I went a 1:00:47, so I was hundredths off. So I thought, you know, I'll get it next year. We started dating after I left the Bay Area to come to UCLA. He actually asked my dad's permission to date me at Pac-12s my freshman year.
She went home for Olympic trials and swam at home, and then I hadn't heard from her, so I called her. I'm like, hey, you know, what's going on and how are you doing? Are you swimming? And then she said, well, I have something to tell you.
I went home to the Bay Area and found out I was pregnant, went and got an ultrasound done, and on the little screen, you can see a little heartbeat. I didn't believe it, and I was, I guess you could say, scared and kind of excited in a weird way, and just everything at once.
We, you know, went through a process of planning and then figuring out, you know, where do we go from here, what are the next steps, and then that was for her to leave school, come back home.
As an 18-year-old, it was a huge decision for her to leave all of her friends, to leave a full scholarship at UCLA, and to go home and to have a baby and to, you know, get married and have a life up that didn't include swimming.
September 2014, right before this year, we got married, so now he's my husband. He basically, from day one, from that day, was just supportive of whatever decision I wanted to make. He, you know, did everything to provide for me and my son, and he definitely hustles and supports me to the fullest.
It was really important for parents that she graduate, so she was determined to stay in school. She went to a junior college.
I had come here just for like a girls' weekend, and we thought it would be funny if I snuck around and got into the pool and see if Cindy would notice.
With the team, like, I couldn't recognize her, and that was really fun because she was always in great shape because she kept weightlifting. Her husband owns a gym.
After we had Dom, she kind of, you know, was coming to the gym, just kind of working out, just nothing more than just kind of getting back in shape.
Hadn't swam in a couple years, but I had been weightlifting a lot, and Cindy knew at this point. And after we warmed up, she had gotten me out of the pool, and she said, Allison, get up, you're gonna do 100 breaststroke per time, and it's a get out swim. So that means if I went whatever time she said, the whole team got to get out of practice. She goes, you have to go at 107, which for not swimming for 2 years is pretty fast. And I ended up going, and I went at 106, and she was kind of shocked. And so ever since then, when I realized I'm with them still, and I haven't swam in how many years, it like lit a little fire.
She came to me in February and said, I really want to see if you'll let me do this, but I'd love to come back to UCLA. And I was shocked. I was like, what do you mean you want to come back to UCLA? This is a year and a half later. And she wanted to come back and be with her classmates, and her husband was supportive of her.
Without Cindy, there's really no there's really no Allison coming back to UCLA. Even when there was doubt from other administration, Cindy was always like, no, Allison can do it, Allison can do it.
So she came back to the team, and I made arrangements with her so she could go back and see Dom on the weekends and her husband.
Part of for her decision of coming back here is going to be not being around her son as well. It's easy not to be around your husband, but to be around your son is that's a total different issue.
I, fly home every Thursday, and when I'm home, I make sure I don't have anything to do because I want that time to be with them. How many sticks do you have? 2 sticks.
So Allison is swimming faster now than she did 3 years ago, and she's not doing all the work she did 3 years ago.
Allison's been on a limited swimming schedule. So Allison has been more into the weight room, and that's been focusing on the strength and power components that are involved in swimming, and how to become more explosive as an athlete.
Swimming is a really tough sport. We're swimming 10 practices a week, and then Allison comes in and she's doing half that, but she's doing it really well, and she's working really hard in those moments. There was never one moment that she wasn't thinking about how to get faster. I think everyone was really excited to have Allison back. I think a lot of the kids on the team were just amazed by her commitment. She just is over there in her own lane working hard, and I don't think they realized how hard you can work until they saw everything that Allison did.
I know it's been tough for her going and coming and going and coming in the long flights, and she's been on a calendar counting down the days until she was done.
I'm taking summer school classes. Should be moving back to the Bay in September after summer, and then I'll have 2 more classes I'll take online in the fall, and then I'll be completely done with my degree here. I'll be partaking in the graduation this year.
So when she moves home, and things will again just slow down, won't have to be as fast paced. We'll get the chance to actually have some sense of normalcy. Since we've been married, we've really never lived together full time. So again, that will be different. There will be a lot of her telling me what to do, and I'm not used to that, so I'm gonna have to get used to that a little bit, but it's okay.
I'm excited. Imagine when you're a kid going to Disneyland. That's how exciting it is for me to go home.